No. Black.
Swan?
No, not Swan.
Oh, Black Mass.
Black Mass. It might have been Black Mass.
Oh yeah,
because I didn't care about that
Why
one.
did you want to watch that movie?
I wanted to get out of the house.
Oh.
Yeah, no, there's nothing out, and I was like, you know what, this one's good enough.
Yeah, I didn't want to see that movie, but you were like really in like a rough place.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'll make this sacrifice, and then I liked it. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't a bad movie. It was just whatever. By the way, Benedict Cumberbatch, I love you, but your American accent is god awful.
Benedict Cumberbatch. How many syllables do you need in a name, bro?
All. So.
Sounds like you're beatboxing, just saying that dude's name.
So I saw the trailer, and generally this is not my cup of tea. I don't know what about it made me so interested. Maybe it was the contrast?
Maybe it was me going apeshit.
I don't know, but the colors were delicious. I said, wow, that's really interesting. I've never seen anything like that.
Oh shit, I don't have freaking
Oops.
Grismon out.
Oopsie! Going to die. So, a couple months, later, when it came out, I was mildly interested. I was like, what is Mad Max? And I kept hearing about Thunderdome. That sounds freaking hardcore. But I'd never seen Mad Max. And then I saw a bunch of complaining. A bunch of men. This was around the time FIFA came out. With the ladies. And everyone was screeching at the top of their lungs. They were like, Mad Max and FIFA, they failed us. And I was like, what?
Hold on, FIFA?
Yeah, because they added the option to play as a female player. And a lot of dudes were screeching.
Oh, shit. I don't remember that.
It happened right after we saw Mad Max. I know this because my Facebook told me so.
Okay.
But yeah, so it was just such a weird time where dudes were getting mad over everything.
Let me say something really quick.
Yeah.
Hearing you say men, it's freaking annoying.
You know what I mean.
I do know what you mean, but just for the sake, it's not men, it's children. It's people who are immature.
Okay, fine. Man babies, all right?
All right.
They were very loud, and I said, okay, I'm not gonna just say fuck you, be quiet. I'm gonna go do my
Are you jacking me off? I want to switch.
Ooh, just die.
No, because then he doesn't get XP.
He's dead. No.
Go ahead.
Alright, so they were screeching, and I like to do my research before I joined the Screech Fest. This is why we went and watched Batman vs. Superman and had the worst day ever. But, I'll tell that story. So, I said, hey, Mad Max looked interesting enough. You want to go see Mad Max? I didn't tell him the real reason that I got interested, but whatever.
What was the real reason again?
The man baby was crying.
Yeah,
I spurred my interest.
I remember. I didn't know that. And then you were like, "You want to go see Mad Max?" Free, yeah, you gotta see Mad Max. You.
Yeah, he kept asking. He goes, "Why'd you want to see Mad Max?" And I was like, "It looked interesting," which was true. But the interest was spurred by crying. So I was like, "All right, whatever."
I'm gonna cry.
Bruh, that was so fun.
That movie was cool. I get it. I was kind of disappointed upon my first viewing. Because I wanted more Max.
Of course.
And it was more like Furiosa Road. But it wasn't bad. It was not a bad movie. I when I saw that Max was in it, I was like, yeah, great. And then when Max kind of took a back seat, I was like, yeah, but I want more Max. But then when they started making Furiosa cool, I didn't mind.
Yeah. She didn't feel forced. She was just there. She lived in this world, and she whooped ass.
When she spoilers? Whatever. When she fights Max in the cab of the truck, that I was like, oh, this movie's alright.
Yeah.
It's like, this is a fight scene happening in this close ass quarters, and she's keeping up.
Yeah.
And the whole thing about the Mad Max world is just like this ain't a place where you let your guard down. And she's actually keeping up. And I'm like, yeah, they're doing it.
I had a separate bounce off point for we watched it and it was great.
Who's the man?
Yeah. I had a separate branching point that I was because I needed to talk about how we got there, and I can't remember what it was. But I just want to say, please, if you have a chance, go watch that movie. It's really solid.
Yeah. If you didn't give it a chance back in 2016, give it a shot now.
Yeah, it's fun. The stunts are incredible. The detail, they didn't need to do all that. Oh my god, the detail. Those vehicles.
That's just George Miller.
No, I know, but the cabin, the cab bed, the ceiling has the stamp of the steering wheel and the skull with the fire. They hand stamped that shit. You didn't need to do that.
Ow. Bit my lip.
They let the wives after they went through their like training and their bonding experience, because you got to do that stuff as an actor because that's what happens when you care.
Yeah.
When your director cares, they threw cloth at them and said make your own little outfit, and they freaking did, and it was cool. So that's why all their personalities feel pretty alright. Pretty much their own. They took control of the character. Give their actors creative freedom. Okay. I like movies. I like more the behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wouldn't say more, but just as much. I get really, really hype. We're seeing people get really passionate. That's why Batman vs Superman was poop.
That's why Batman vs Superman was
Poopy.
Well, there's many reasons why it was no good, but you get me.
Okay, so that one.
By the way,
yeah,
we've been playing for an hour and we've made like
much
a lot
progress.
of progress. So, I also just left where we needed to be.
Well, you know.
Well, to each his own. You know what I mean?
Yes. Batman vs Superman.
I'm a burger now.
We had already experienced DC up to that point. Man of Steel. Yeah. Okay.
I haven't seen it.
Oh boy, you don't need to.
Okay. Wasn't going to watch it.
Yeah, I thought the Russell Crowe as an NPC in every room was an exaggeration. He really does pop up like that. It's very weird.
Who was that? Was that Nostalgia Critic or was that?
I think it was Nostalgia Critic. Actually, it was the only thing that and Korra was the only thing I'll still stand by was alright, I guess.
What? Oh, his Korra episode. I was like, you talk shit on Korra every other day.
No. The movie Batman vs Superman came out and everyone was like, it's really bad, and then the fanboys were like, no, you just don't understand it.
Yeah, that's what it was. When you say that a movie was bad, the first thing everybody says is, no, it went over your head. And to that I can say, well, there should be something to think about there, but there isn't.
Yes.
And there's proof. Oh, you son of a bitch.
So for the purpose of research, I said, sir,
let us go watch this movie.
yeah, it's about to go out of theaters. Let's just go.
And then we had the worst day ever.
Yeah, so we get to that movie, and I told y'all that we suffered. Well, I suffered through it. It's a two and a half hour movie, almost 3 hours. It's a long ass movie. We get out. The sun is down. We go, okay. Well, we're gonna walk to the bus. We sit down at the bus stop, and we weren't too, like, we weren't taking the bus a lot at this point. So this was our bad, I later learned. You're supposed to stand your ass up when it's nighttime. Otherwise, the bus driver thinks you're just chilling. But anyway, we didn't know that. So we're chilling and it's dark and we're sitting there. And the bus driver sees us and he just waves. He keeps driving.
I have to, I'm not admitting something, but I have to remind you of something.
That your dumbass waved back?
No, I waved him on and he nodded. He didn't wave.
Now, I'd like to ask you, at like 8 o'clock at night, knowing that was the last bus. Well, not maybe knowing that was the last bus, but suspecting it might have been the last bus. Why the fuck you wave a man on? You can't moist mouth your way out of this. You need to answer me. Why did you do that? We had to walk 5 miles in the dark. It's the ghetto.
The ghetto. Hey kids, how do you know how somebody is a sheltered princess?
Okay.
You ask them what the ghetto is,
Listen
and when they
to me.
describe a place that has businesses and dumpsters,
Listen to me.
then you know you have a princess.
You
on
know
your
that
hands.
wasn't a good neighborhood.
It was
They
not
couldn't
a good
afford
neighborhood.
lighting.
It was not a bad
They couldn't
neighborhood.
afford sidewalks.
It was as shit as where we live.
That's what I mean, though. It's not safe.
We don't live in the ghetto.
We live close enough to the ghetto that was not a good idea.
Ghetto osmosis.
Anyway, we had to walk home after seeing that piece of shit.
Yeah, I want to say something here. I am an honest man. I am. But I'm fully aware of human nature, and I'm fully aware of man's capacity to murder. So I did own up to that. This is not new.
No, it's not new. We've had this discussion, but I always forget that it's half your fault.
Yes, so that is a legitimate reaction. So you did forget.
I did. Asshole.
However, I want to restate that I am an honest man.
Yeah?
I knew better than to say anything then.
Oh, I know.
But
because I would have fucking went off.
I did take my lumps. I got you some chicken to make up for it.
I think it was donuts.
It was chicken and donuts, I think.
I think it was just donuts.
Whatever. You got.
Whatever.
Hey,
I cried at some point. My anxiety hit the roof. That was not a good night. It was bad, but I got donuts, so I guess it was alright. And I completed my research, and I will forever have a vendetta against that fucking movie. Some of it's not the movie's
You
fault.
make me sound like a douchebag.
No! No!
He's like, hey, yeah, I know you're anxious. By the way, you just like touched my jaw and it hurt like shit.
Sorry,
okay,
I have
babe.
a knife hand.
No,
it was not your fault.
I was not like absent-mindedly throwing donuts at you, excuse me, expecting them to be the solution. I waited like a week before I told you so that you could
distance myself,
and also that I could like get the money together for donuts.
Yeah, well, okay.
I swear it was chicken.
I want to iterate that he didn't just, you're crying, shut up and eat a donut, and then shove it down my gullet. Like, we talked. He calmed me down. He took care of me. I'm still trying to figure out why you waved the bus on.
I thought it was like, you remember the time that we took the bus from school and we just for no reason ran across the street and watched the proper
direction?
Bus leave?
Oh yeah, because that stop had like 3 different bus signs on it, so you thought it was the wrong bus.
So we didn't know.
Yeah.
I thought it was another one of those situations, and I was like, oh, that's not the bus we're looking for. And then the moment I waved that guy on, I turned to you and said, looks like we're walking. I looked at the sign, like just with my eyes. I didn't turn my head towards it. I looked at it with my eyes, and I saw that it was the exact route that we needed, and said, well, I made this bed.
It was not a malicious wave. It was not to stress.
Honestly, that experience taught me nothing, though.
Why?
Because I'm fully aware that I still do that, as is evidenced by this playthrough.
You just go, you bumble.
I'm just like, on a quarter of a thought, yeah, I was gonna say it. On a quarter of a thought, I'll make a decision that, oh, there we go. What?
You mean like training your training your Digimon incorrectly?
Like training my Digimon incorrectly. Earlier, I was just like, yeah, come at me, I'm training speed. And I was like, why am I doing this? For evasion. Oh yeah, why don't I just train her to be a big bruiser so that I can get the exact one that I want? And then I walk past the...
You know, we're gonna have to have a very serious talk about how stupid you are.
I know.